Few people will recognize Yuri Ushakov, but he may have delivered news of the biggest meeting of the year. The Kremlin aide on Thursday confirming that Russian President Vladimir Putin will sit down face-to-face with Donald Trump and possibly Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelenskyy as well. Hours later, Putin himself also confirmed the meeting. During discussions with the president of the UAE, Putin suggested it could be a potential host for such a summit, though that hadn't been confirmed yet. Asked about whether he was open to talking to Zelenskyy, long derided by Putin and Russia and openly called an impediment to peace, the Russian president indicated that other elements may yet need to fall into place.
I have been repeatedly saying that I, in general, have nothing against it. This is possible. But before that, certain conditions should be created. And unfortunately, we are still far from creating such conditions.
News of the meeting comes barely a day after US envoy Steve Witkoff met Putin in Moscow. US President Trump, meanwhile, on Wednesday, had also indicated a meeting was in the offing.
We had some very good talks with President Putin today, and there's a very good chance that we could be ending the end of that road. That road was long and continues to be long, but there's a good chance that there will be a meeting very soon.
Ukrainians in Kiev on Thursday were skeptical that in-person discussions between the presidents would bring any significant change to the war.
I don't trust Putin, so I think that this meeting won't be serious. He will never make peace. He needs Ukraine. He wants to conquer it.
In Moscow, the mood was more optimistic.
Everything that leads to negotiations, if smart people are meeting, usually ends with an agreement. To be honest, all of this is so hard for everybody, so I feel positive.
Already, though, a key tension over the meeting has emerged. Zelenskyy on Thursday posting on social media his concerns at the absence of European allies at such a meeting. The Ukrainian president said the war is happening in Europe and would decide European security for decades, so must involve Europe as well. On Wednesday, Zelenskyy said he'd spoken with Trump, adding that US diplomacy may have shifted Russia's negotiating position.
It appears that Russia is now more inclined to consider a ceasefire. The pressure on them is working, but the main thing is to make sure they don't deceive anyone in the details, neither us nor the United States.
Ukraine and Europe's leaders have been worried that Trump could prove sympathetic to Putin during such a meeting, potentially forcing a deal on Kiev that favours Moscow. Yet in recent weeks, Trump has appeared to turn on Putin and gave Russia a deadline of Friday to make